Hey everybody, Will Fix here with Maximus Crypto. We got another collab show to do for you. I love speaking with this guy, talking with this guy. We're on the phone a lot, and we're together on getting some content together. By the way, if you like these collabs, please hit the thumbs up. Let's get the algorithm going for us, where it'll just make this look good. Let's have a goal of 1,000 thumbs up. See if y'all can get that up to 1,000. That would help us out a lot. Today, we're going to talk about Ripple XRP to $100 or higher this year. So if that interests you, you're going to enjoy this content, don't you think, Max?
Absolutely. Some of you guys have seen some of the recent developments in regards to U.S. jobs here in the United States and the shift from Ripple to make that happen. And who better than Brad Garlinghouse to execute some of this? And I think it's a big win moving forward. We've seen the whole thing of them meeting with Trump yesterday at the big dinner. And of course, they're going to be talking about, hey, on-demand liquidity, U.S. government. Guess what? You don't have to take on that debt. We can tokenize that debt plus derivatives and then some. So with that said, before we start, we just kindly ask you to check out the Decent Wallet. As the saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto. And believe it or not, for you to save money, you actually have to go through people like us, myself and Will, to get that discount instead of just going straight to the site. That's going to come up on your screen for just a brief moment, and then we'll come right back and give you the outline that you're looking for. We'll be right back.
If you own crypto, you need a self-custody wallet. I've chosen the Decent Wallet after owning several different wallets. I believe you will like it too. Use the link in the description. Purchase from my site. It does help support the channel. I appreciate it.
Check out this quick ad from Will in regards to, what is it, sir?
Crypto trading fund. I want to update you on CTF token, show you where it's at. At the time of this recording, it's at 93 cents. Which, if you go back and look for, the last little while, that's a pretty low zone. It could go a little bit lower. It seems to bounce off of 80 cents. And if you want to trade this is the Polygon network. There's a link in my description. Our journey continues as we're working harder than ever to bring you the future of DeFi. Since the beta launch, we've made significant strides to enhance the app experience and refine our reward system with Amazon and Walmart onboarded, over 2.23 million in receipts submitted, and 32,000 users joining the revolution. The momentum is unstoppable. What's next? We're improving the app's receipt scanning and rewards integration for seamless experience. Final testing is underway to ensure smooth onboarding of another major vendor. Stay tuned. CTF token rewards are just the beginning. We're building bridges across the XRP ledger and Polygon chain for even greater utility. This is just the beginning. Thank you for being a part of the journey as we work tirelessly to redefine the landscape. So there you have it. That's the update for CTF.
All right, welcome back. So with that said, Will, let's get right into it for our listeners. It comes straight from cryptonews.com. And as this is about to come up on your screen, you're going to see some detailed info in regards to where we're going with this. And basically speaking, as we full screen this, you see Ripple focuses on U.S. jobs. Could this boost XRP price to 100 or more? For me, I think the answer is yes. But some people ask, no, I don't know. Can we at least get to new all-time highs? But whatever the case be, Ripple has begun expanding in the U.S. after years of legal uncertainty that kept it out of its home market. Combine that with what you saw yesterday from Brad Garlinghouse or Suda Alderati meeting with President-elect Donald Trump. The way I look at it is, why are they biting their tongue? Well, let's face it, it is because they can't say too much, just like Elon Musk can't say too much when he was asked during the campaign trail about his thoughts on XRP. Why speak about it now and then have backlash from somebody like, let's face it, Gary Gensler, that would just drool at the idea of jumping on that before he leaves on January 20th? No, you have to kind of pump the brakes on that until Inauguration Day or after. And then, in my opinion, I think it's just a matter of time that we hear Trump say, you know what? Yeah, like what Will said, we're not going to do a CBDC. But if anything, we're going to back Ripple with RLUSD. That would create incredible demand for Ripple XRP. And that native asset of XRP would create unbelievable demand. And we would see the market absolutely soar to new, not just all-time highs from a while back, but I think we could possibly reach this because the network would be used over and over and over again. And unlike the change in your pocket that switches hands from Timmy and Johnny and Bill and Brad and Monica and Susie, it's verifiable on a public, unified, shared ledger. Hence why we have things from Citi, of the RSN, Regulated Settlement Network, and so on. So Will, I know you're really wanting to get into this. Share your thoughts, brother. I'm, of course, excited, and I know you are too.
Yeah, I mean, the news of how RLUSD and how Ripple is gaining its place in the world is just remarkable. But speaking about XRP going to $100, that's really easy for me. I have a video and I have a spreadsheet that I created that you just start punching in the money, that different countries are moving. You divide how much, I mean, banks are moving, and you can divide it by 365 days and get what the average daily would be for some of these institutions, which we had 1,700 non-disclosure at the time of the lawsuit. And then you have recently, didn't Brad Garlinghouse said there's been more in 6 weeks, more deals made with United States customers in 6 weeks than in the previous 6 months. So how many deals are there? So when you calculate these deals and you start filling the system up with that volume, you then run into the institutions are the buyers that don't care about price. And we've talked about that before. They don't care. When they're going to move money, they're not trying to buy XRP at a low rate. They don't really care. They're moving $10 million, $20 million today, $30 million tomorrow, whatever. They don't care how much it is. They don't give a crap if it's $2.50 in XRP or $100 in XRP. Now, when you have a buyer that doesn't care about the price, what market, I want to make that widget, right? Where can I make a widget and sell it for a price that they don't care how high it is? XRP's created this system that has in place the ability to sell XRP for whatever price. And the price of XRP will go up, of course, as the supply is limited. So, man, I mean, to $100 is easy peasy, people, because the most of this price that we've seen here lately is retail.
It absolutely is retail. And, the way I look at it is so many people, it's like they've given up on Ripple before, or not just Ripple. Any of these things are tied to real utilities, Stellar, Hedera, you name it, before it's actually being utilized. The utility run it's never happened. So all we have is to reference the 4-year cycles with Bitcoin and so on. So is there going to be a shift to this? I think the writing is literally on the wall. As we get further into this, I want to point out some other key things. Would this basically boost the price to 100? I mean, some people are saying this is just a news publication. That's not the case. But I mean, even cited here is Brad Garlinghouse. 2025 is here, and the Trump bull market is real. For Ripple, this is even more personal after Gensler's SEC effectively froze our business opportunities here at home for years. The optimism is obvious and very deserved, right? 75% of Ripple's open roles are now in the US. Before, it used to be like Africa and some other places. Nothing against that. But, like it says in the highlight, combined with the launch of Ripple's very own US denominated stablecoin RLUSD last month, this information paints a very positive picture as far as XRP's future is concerned. So we're going to get into this part about Paul Atkins on a different outline. I want to give you guys just some brief notes on my take about it and so on. So the way I look at it is basically like this. I have always been into Ripple XRP since I think the cheapest bag was like 32 cents. So it's been a while. Some of you guys have been to XRP for maybe 3, 4 bull markets, if you will. I mean, really have rode this wave, good times and bad. But it's understanding when we finally get to that adoption is when we get that clarity, the regulations in place. So I want you guys to understand this. While there's a lot of talk about, RLUSD, again, the whole concept of on-demand liquidity. Why is that? Because it's designed to facilitate near instant cross-border payments using, of course, XRP is what, everybody? A bridge currency. So there's going to be a lot of benefits for this, especially when it comes to the United States. The United States doesn't have to ever, technically speaking, moving forward, take on all these trillions and trillions of dollars of debt. If anything, how about this? Take the current debt, tokenize that debt on Ripple. Do you think that wasn't discussed yesterday at that meeting or the dinner? I think it was. And, here's the other thing, other than just faster cross-border transactions, I want people to understand it's cost savings. Where am I going with that? Well, could we bypass correspondent banking systems and, the pre-funded accounts? Again, what Will is talking about in the past, Nostro Vostro. ODL, everybody, can significantly reduce the costs associated with international money transfers. If anything, 3 to 5 seconds with finality. And I know some of you guys have posted, I didn't get that 3 to 5 seconds. It took me a while. Right. What network did you use? Some of these exchanges, it would take a while for that to finalize. But when we get to that part where you're actually on that network, it will be 3 to 5 seconds of finality. And you combine that with things like, what FedNow is trying to do. I mean, instead of waiting, every 2 weeks to get paid, or in some cases, some people once a month to get paid, it's like, what? I just want to get paid right now. I don't want to wait for my bank to settle this in 5 to 7 business days. As the saying goes, time is money. Ripple makes that happen real quick. With this support, what is referred to as a modernized payment infrastructure. Hear me out. If the United States government decides to adopt or support more efficient financial systems, you better believe that Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution would be a huge step forward for an outdated infrastructure. Now, where I'm going with that is this. In November of this year, we're going to see that mandate. I know I talk about it all the time, but it's for ISO 222. That coexistence period of the MT messaging system and ISO 222 comes to an end. ISO 222 takes the cake. Well, does Ripple not stand out at the forefront for that? And some of these other ISO coins as well? Absolutely. Why do you think Cardano decided to partner up with Ripple and get some of this stuff done? They realized that the train is leaving the station, already has. If anything, they hopped on that caboose at the last second. Charles Hoskinson is hanging on to dear life and saying, I have got to get behind this. And rightfully so. He's a very, very smart person. So the way I look at it is, this whole thing, this shift with a new SEC chair moving forward is going to be a massive win. And some of you guys got Ripple XRP even higher at 100. Some of you feel as though it's not going to happen because maybe something crazy like World War III can happen. Hey, I get it. All sorts of crazy things can happen. But are you the person that is going to get out too soon before you're seeing real utility being utilized? For me, I know my answer. What is yours?
Yeah. When I think, Max, of XRP's liquidity, whenever that's talked about, I don't know what other people picture in their mind, but liquidity is, everyone knows, is the ability to be able to sell an asset or buy an asset, that it's instant. I can put XRP up and sell it right away, right? When you have 1,700 institutions, which we know it's more than that because they've been signing, since we learned that number from the lawsuit, they've been signing deals. So we know we're over 2,000. So however many there are, imagine thousands of banks that are going to be buying large amounts of XRP at the same time. So it's going to have to come from somewhere. So not only is it going to be a giant price driver as that demand all jams together, as all these banks and institutions are wanting to use it, the price will soar to be able to accommodate all of the purchases that are taking place. I call them purchases, but you purchase the XRP and then it's sold on the other end. That's what liquidity is. So as soon as it's for sale, there's another company that's going to want to use it. The amount of liquidity for the third biggest crypto asset, which will soon be, in my opinion, it'll be number one just when it hits around $35. It'll pass Bitcoin at current numbers. But by the time Bitcoin's double that, it may be at $70. But in this estimation, in this video at 100, it'll be number one asset. So the most liquidity that could be available will be XRP in the digital world. There won't be another coin with that kind of liquidity. And I love Cardano. I love the thought of XDC, of Quant, of whatever coins you want to say are ISO compatible, being something that could be used in cross-border. But there's nothing with the liquidity that XRP is going to have, with thousands of banks and institutions jumping at the chance to buy it and sell it. So, if it is 3 seconds later, the same that just got bought is also just for sale. This amount of money transfer and activity using, what is it, M10? Using where we have so many transactions that can take place in a second. There is not another asset, Max, that is even close to being able to provide the liquidity that XRP does.
Absolutely. And the M10 is just only if it's necessary. And the way I look at it is, if we're talking about the metaverse and all these things that are coming up on the near horizon, the metaverse is already built. We have gone from the stage of physical malls becoming ghost towns. Let's face it. I mean, I can name at least 2 or 3 malls in the Phoenix area that are basically ghost towns. So the way I look at it is virtual malls, right? Well, you and I are gamers. We met through gaming. DPG, shout out to DPG.
Right.
Over 20 plus years. So one thing that we hated was lag, right? Yep. You get more and more people on one server, naturally creates lag. You have 10, 20 people, not so bad. But when it became 32 or 64 players, oh man. And especially you have to have those high-end graphics cards rendering all that, right? We're not talking about graphics. Well, sometimes we are if it's a virtual world, right? So the way I look at it is, if everybody start doing not just cross-border payments, but cross-border virtual metaverse payments, well, then you need to have something like the Bank for International Settlements, M10, to scale up to 1 million plus TPS for those moments. Because as we know, you could get a problem with lag. So scalability means that we'll fix. And some of you guys in the comments, right, need to have the same user experience as us who are bringing the broadcasts. Because if you don't, then people aren't going to trust the system. They're going to realize that it doesn't work right. We can respect that the infrastructure was built. We had tests from the RLN and the RSN to see how it's moved and how it settles. Those tests have been done, and there will be other tests, don't get me wrong. But now it's the next stage. And that next stage basically is that clarity. And I know, guys, we've been talking about this for 4 years, but the difference is the test that took place over crypto winter and where we're at now, and this new shift, whether it's a new SEC chairman, whether it's a new president-elect entering into office on January 20th, and so on. Say what you want. We should see some price action. But, again, things could happen. Black swans and so on. I hope not. But whatever the case be, I've already been prepared for it. Hopefully some of you have as well. And if anything, if you guys appreciate this content, simply smash that like if you haven't done so already. Guys, really glad to provide this content to you. Simply do us a quick favor and type this into the comments. And that is 100 XRP. And we'll know that you listened to the entire outline. Saying goes. Know what you have. Know why you hold it. The research trumps FUD 110%. Both Will and I really appreciate you guys listening to our research and our content. And with that said, we won't keep you any further. God bless you all. We'll see you on the next one.